So here is how I made this short film Hope using Blender and DaVinci Resolve. Number 1. The characters. The characters are from Mixamo, both the alive and dead ones. However, I did make some changes to its appearance and materials to match the style of the movie. Most notably, the round head instead of the pointy one. That one looks completely medieval. I also added a few lights on the character, like on the headpiece and the body, to suggest a time period in the future. Number 2. The environment. For the first sequence, the ground is a single asset from Bridge that I duplicated and spread across using instances. The atmosphere is a humongous cube with a principled volume shader. The environmental lighting is just a background node with a kind of orange color and a very high intensity. I added some dead soldiers and also some sandbag barriers here and there to further imply a warfield. For the underground sequence, I built out the basics of the bunker and added a concrete texture to it. Then I just populated it with a bunch of different assets, added some area light, and that was it. Number 3. The animation. There isn't much noteworthy about the animation except for these two shots. This was the most interesting and hardest part of this sequence, trying to make this wooden board move along with the soldier pulling it. Here is how I did it in case you are curious. I painted the injured soldier to the wooden board. I added a new bone to the armature of the soldier walking. Now I painted the wooden board to that new bone. This made the board follow the soldier at its pace and not at a linear rate. Then I added a track to constraint on the wooden board and set the target to one of the spine bones. Now it will turn and look towards the direction of the soldier moving. I also added a limit location constraint to limit the movement of the board on the z-axis, so it remains grounded. I parented the curved ends to hooks and the hooks to the board, and the curve itself to the soldier's shoulders, so they behave like real ropes. Number 4. The editing. The editing was done in DaVinci Resolve. I started this process quite early when I had only a shot or two rendered of the first sequence. I wanted to determine and lock on the look and structure of the film as soon as possible for the future sequences. Mind you, I still hadn't completed even 20% of the story. I knew where it would eventually head, but nothing too concrete, and I still hadn't figured out the end. So as you can see here, I have a few different layers. The base layer is the one that contains the render sequences from Blender. Then on top of that, I have the adjustment layers that hold the color grading and a few effects like vignette, glow, etc. Each sequence has different gradings according to its colors and lightings. Over that are the text layers, and on top of that is the film grain to give us that film glow. Now let this serve as a reminder of why you should color grade your renders. As you can probably tell, I color graded the fuck out of these renders, and that is why they look so good. So always color grade your renders to make them go. And that's it. That's how I made Hope. Hope you enjoyed this video, and